Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to the 3rd annual Penn State Shenango Stand Out Stigma event. My name is Fern Torah. I work at the Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, and I'm a Penn State alumni, both undergraduate and graduate, so I have walked these halls right with you. I'd like to tell you a little bit how Stand Out Stigma began. It was in response to a convention that President Barack Obama had in Washington of behavioral health professionals after the Sandy Hook tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut. He said, we need to get behavioral health illnesses out of the closet. We need to start some conversations. I challenge you to go back to your community and get some conversations started so that people can get help. So that's how it started. I do have to credit Value Options. They're the insurance company that put the PowerPoint together. There's a toolkit. If you want to look for it, it's Value Options Stand Out Stigma, and you can actually get the toolkit that is used today. Just to give you an idea, in the past probably 4 years, the Community Counseling Center has conducted 92 different SOS presentations impacting over 83,000 people. So we've really been trying to get this message out a lot. How common are behavioral health illnesses? Particularly mental health is what's focused on in the original Stamp Out Stigma, but it certainly expands to behavioral health. Just to take this room here, because it's easy to divide, I would like everyone in this row to stand up. Please. Yes. Right here, stand up. Everyone there. What I did was I took about 1/4 of the room, and within the past year, everyone in that row would qualify for a mental health diagnosis. So the statistics are 1 in 4 adults in the United States every year would qualify. Sometimes when I do this presentation, other people snicker and laugh and point and say, I knew it'd be you. And so then I confront them about that. And I say, if I told you that those people were diagnosed with cancer or diabetes within the last year, would you have said that? So that's part of the stigma that we're trying to erase. You can have a seat now. Thank you for helping me out. How expensive is it? It is very expensive. It's estimated that every year $79 billion is lost in the workplace due to mental health illness. People either don't go, they're absent, or they're present. It's called presenteeism, where they are there, but they're not as efficient. They're not as productive. They're not able to be as effective and focus on their work. So that's presenteeism. So 63 billion of that 79 is related to absenteeism or presenteeism. If you add in substance abuse, I've seen some information as recently as a couple of days ago that puts that amount up to $100 billion is lost annually related to the impact of behavioral health issues on the workplace. So the process of recovery and getting people treatment will really impact the economy. I need a couple people to participate. I'm going to have you come up here on the stage with me. I need 3 people. You can take volunteers, or you can volunteer yourself. Thank you. Come up the steps, please, if you would. Okay, how about this person with her back to me that's like not turning around? Right here. Come on up. And then, how about you in the jacket? The light colored jacket, camel jacket? Come on up. All right, I talked about the prevalence being 1 in 4 every year, annually. Not annually, lifetime, excuse me. The lifetime prevalence is 1 out of 2. So 50% of all of us, at some point in our lifetime, will have a behavioral health illness. Okay, there's 3 people here. They all look very strong. Okay. This lady broke her femur. This lady broke her femur. This gentleman broke his femur. Does everybody know what the femur is? That's that large bone in your leg. It's hard to break. Okay. What are you going to do about that? Okay, she's going to the doctor. What are you going to do about the broken femur? She's going to the doctor too. What are you doing about your broken femur? He's going to the hospital. He's not messing around. Okay, then why is she the only one that is strong enough to reach out for help when it's a mental health issue? 1 out of 3. That's the percentage of people that are strong enough to reach out and get treatment. Thank you. Here are some of the things that I just talked about. 1 in 4 adults annually, 1 in 2 lifetime. There's the information up there about the cost, the 33%. Look at the last line. This is huge cause for celebration. Of the people that do get treatment, now remember that these statistics initially were related to behavioral health. 90% can make huge improvements in their life. Decrease the impact on school, decrease the impact at work, decrease the negative impact on family functioning. So the whole message of Stamp Out Stigma is get treatment. Hey, I work at the Community Counseling Center. Do I want you to come there? Sure. But bottom line is, I don't care where you go, just get treatment. So you don't have to keep feeling as miserable as you may be if you have one of these diagnoses related to mental health or substance abuse. These are some of the reasons that there can be stigma. Ignorance. You know, sometimes you'll hear people say, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, or shake it off. It's in your head. Let me tell you, it is in your head. There are biochemical processes that occur that can predispose people to behavioral health disorders. So it absolutely is in your head. Harassment, losing hope. In recovery, there's 4 components. Person needs health, home, purpose, and community. Those are 4 components of recovery that are necessary to do better. There are some wristbands here, Stamp Out Stigma wristbands. The color green was chosen on purpose because it's related to health, so that was deliberate. And inside the wristbands are the 3 R's. Recognize the high prevalence. You learned about that just now. Re-educate yourself. If someone laughs because someone has depression or schizophrenia, confront them, please, and re-educate them. It's not a weakness. It's not a moral issue. It's not a character flaw. It's a real disease. So confront them, re-educate others, and then reduce the stigma. You can get a wristband if you want. Lastly, I wanted to put this page up here. These are some local resources related to Mercer County as far as options for treatment. A lot of people don't know we have 211 here in Mercer County. That can be for any human services need. So I'll leave these up here while I'm finishing out my last part. I heard this related to alcoholism. However, I think it applies to drug abuse as well. A man takes a drink, the drink takes a drink, and then the drink takes the man. If you say the same thing with drug abuse, a man uses the drug uses the drug, and then the drug takes the man. I want to close with an excerpt from a recent obituary in the Herald. This is a young gentleman who the drug did take the man. 31-year-old veteran, and in the obituary it says, ultimately, the enemy he could not overpower was addiction, though he fought back time and time again. Justin admired the honesty of families who bravely named the enemy publicly and would have wanted his long, hard struggle acknowledged in hopes of someday ending the shame and stigma associated with addiction, which can also delay early intervention. Thank you. The next speaker is Jack Luchetti, who is also a Penn State alumnus. He graduated a little more recently than I did. His major was HDFS, Human Development and Family Studies. We've crossed paths in quite a few ways over the past 5 years. All of them have been good. He is the reason that Stamp Out Stigma is here at Penn State. He learned about it from Community Counseling Center, felt so passionate that it needed to happen right here. So this is the 3rd year. He's no longer a student. The past 2 years, he still made it happen here. He's an extraordinary young gentleman, and I welcome Jack Luchetti.